Big one today, Nvidia. So our pre-market plan on Nvidia was bearish bias to short the pops. Short the pops into the cloud, but watch the market. If 101, 104, 105 keeps holding, be careful of the calls. So first of all, in the morning, you draw your pre-market levels. This is the pre-market level right here, and you have a pre-market level right here. So there was no short. You see the first move was up, and neither we were trying to long it. There was no short because market was bouncing. I did tell the traders that if we hold this 105, you can long that setup. But when the market started to fail, there was no long. And then Ghost Board came in and he said there's unusual flow. So there was a put flow. So I told the traders, if you take the longs, it's a C minus setup. Why? Because it's still under the 3450 cloud and market is heavy. So once it broke there, I told the traders, stop out of any longs because we are breaking the 512. Short 512s and target the low of the day. So we shorted the 512s, a risk over 3450, target low of the day. Ghost Board comes in, tells us there's more bearish flow. And I told traders to use the risk of 3450. 104 was our target. If market fails, we will break 104 and we put our stops at 105. But then came a random pop. We don't know why it was, so we had to stop out here. You stop out here and it pushed to 130. But that's fine. We can get right back in. Even if you want to hold it, then you still have to use this risk, 105.70. But since we were already profitable, it didn't make really sense to let the trade go red. So we stopped out. But then came more weakness. We rejected on the SPY. When SPY was rejecting 1140, and that's when Nvidia became short. So you have to look at SPY. You can't just look at Nvidia. You have to look at a SPY, QQQs, the markets as well. So I told that it's again a 512 fade, 512 short. This time I gave the targets 103 and 102. The stops I gave was 104.50. I said if VIX pushes over 31, we will get more lows. And by end of the day, we met both our targets, 102, 103. We keep moving stops down. I moved the stops down to 104. Then we met our 102. My final target was 100. And then our stops were right over 102s. And I told traders close over 102. So we finally closed over 102. The short was from 104.50 to 102. And that was a $2.5 short. And then came the 512 calls. There was an MOC. MOC is an imbalance. So what happens in the imbalance is the market makers, institutions have to balance the trades end of the day. So there was a buying imbalance. And that's when I told traders a 512 call. So a lot of traders long Nvidia from this 512 call, 102 all the way to 104. Made a decent chunk end of the day, 3450 push 5 call. And that's why we stop out, 102 stops. Because our system said right here, it's a long, or you stop out. And if it's MOC, you get a little more conviction. Nvidia was short all day with Ripster cloud system. If you see, it did chop in this area for a bit, but doesn't mean that we are going to go long it. I didn't tell anybody to long it. Yes, I told in the morning, but after we broke here, there was no long. Simple rule of thumb is that once we're 3450, we should not be long. So anyways, Nvidia big winner all day. Nvidia 104 puts went from 140 to 410. Nice couple 100% gains there. You can always trade leverage ETFs. So you could trade NVDS. You could long that 2760 to 29, make a couple of bucks there, or you can short NVDL. So that was Nvidia trade today, guys. That's how traders are making 5 figures.
Come to trade with Ripster. Join the community at www.tenettradegroup.com.